Hey everyone, we're here with Shawn Javery.
Also known as King of Lames 32. King of Lames 32.
On Dueling Book.
And other places.
Yeah, and what did you just do today?
Got top 16 with live twins, Fiendsmith. Mostly Fiendsmith. Sometimes live twins.
Nice.
Sometimes both. Not often.
Okay. How was your tournament experience? What did you lose to?
I had a lot of fun. I felt like my meta cards were almost perfect, and the matchups I lost to, like if I'd drawn better or if my opponent drew a little worse. Spoilers, I got fooled twice game 2, and I had engine and like double judgment, double imperm one time. Judgment Daruma. So if he had any other hand shop except Fua, I'm pretty sure I won both of them. But yeah, and I felt like my tech choices were pretty much correct, and there's always room for improvement. But I felt like this was really well positioned going into the event.
Okay. Let's go over your deck profile. So
best cards first. It's called by talents. These are I honestly think they should be in every deck, pretty much. Maybe side this, but I like maining it. Yeah, and tested, I talented my guy on a blind second deck like 50% of the time. It was not fun for him. The stuff you guys care about, my live twin ratios. So 3 continuous spell, 3 Frost, 2 regular Kishi, 1 regular Leah, 1 Leela Sweet. So there's not much of a difference between Frost and Leah. The biggest difference between these two is that you're able to respect Nib Ash a little better, because you have a line that respects Ash with this, but it involves going through the Link monsters first and then Requiem after. So if they Ash to Requiem, you have a draw, you have the Link Foe Engrave, and the Leah Link on field and Kishi Link 2 in the graveyard. So like it's 2 draws into Ash with just this. But you lose to Nib in that line. You have a line that beats Nib. You just go Requiem on Summon Foe, Summon Lacrima, send Engravo, and then you just hold Engravo, and then you usually a bow away, and if they nib you on that and stop the sequence or whatever, you still have a bow into the Link Foe, so it's manageable. But this plays a bit harder into Fua, and if you don't get interrupted, I think the end boats are pretty much the same. This one's arguably a little better because you have the banish effect in the graveyard to draw 1.
Did you ever miss password?
No. This is a woe starter because this doesn't beat Imperm. It's not a terrible starter because any of these 7 cards lets you do the full combo through it directly, but yeah. You definitely have to run at least 2 live trend names. There's an argument you could try the trade over this, but I don't want to brick any more than I already do. And because if you normal this, you summon that, and you want 1 in deck to send after Link 1. It's an extra body and gives you you're able to maneuver in a way that it's hard for them to interact with you without triggering the draw effect of the Link 1. And this card's good starter. I love popping it so you can charmy them when you go first. It's not bad. Fiendsmith engine. I'll do the extra deck one as well because, package. Caesar really, like, you're basically never just getting ran over by engine if you have Caesar. And the Desiree is something you usually only go for if you have Paradise on field or you're going for a charming play. But like Caesar with Lachmo, Requiem, and Grave is probably the most efficient end board because 3 interrupts on 2 different bodies and you thread it and leave through the next turn. I stopped siding any of this out going second for the most part. As Paradise is just really nice into like half boards, and if you run a lot of charmies, you're not exactly always going to be able to run through your opponent and just go over the top. Especially in a deck like this, which is much more low to the ground. Link 1's broken. You guys should probably read what this does. Yeah, Gum Day, Secrets, Necro Quip. I was playing Chaos Angel, but I gave it back to the guy I was borrowing it from. This is a card that is like kind of slept under. It's weird because you don't really have a good line to summon him turn 1. Because you can like track into him, but if you have Sequence plus Desiree and another body, you don't really get anywhere. Because you need to get a Gum Day in rotation. I guess you could like make a Gum Day with the extra body, fuse off the Desiree in this, and then equip it with Sequence and make Necro Equip to trigger the add back, and then you have a Gum Day in the Desiree and opponent's turn, but that feels awkward. There's a lot of nice things about it. Some matchups you want to use the unaffected part to just kind of stall up. You're not guaranteed to have Light Twin follow up if you combo, because you don't add any Light Twin cards in your hand or whatever. So turn 3 a lot of times, if you Paradise send Desiree, you're able to make Sequence, and then you're able to summon this by putting the Desiree back in Requiem. And then when you make a Gum Day, you're able to add back the Banish, Fiendsmith, and Paradise. And you're able to push for a good amount of damage and end with this equipped with Paradise. And Paradise on field effect is really hard for an opponent to play through. And there's also situations where you can like add back track. That happens a few times, and Engravo if you get a Abyss Shield, Requiem. This has been the best it's felt in any deck I've tested so far, and I do think I actually have the space. There's like one flex spot besides that, so I don't know, you might cut this and the Muckraker for a super poly target, but I don't think it's necessarily incorrect to run that. The non-engine now. 7 Charmies. I sided the other 2.
Wow.
I didn't win that many games off them today, honestly. Like, they were pretty nice in testing, but I'm not really the biggest fan of the 1-for-1 hand traps people are playing. And you're able to end on the Sunny on field with a Gum Day, Desiree, and Lacrima in the graveyard, and then you can tribute the Sunny, then chain the Charmies. So it's a draw, a pop, and Desiree negate while charming them. And even if you open Sunny, you can use the Link 2's effect to pop it to clear your own field. And you can do that off of Frost as well. You don't need the Kishikil for it. I'll let you guys figure that out, though, how to. 3 Droll, Fua, so my rationale going into this when I was picking my deck about 2 weeks ago before I did any tested, I didn't want to play Malice because 1, I didn't want to get March Hairs on pre-release time for like the week of the event, and 2, I didn't necessarily think I could have like, because I felt like you could go 6-3 with Malice, or like 7-2 day 1, and then lose a 3rd game day 2 pretty consistently. But I don't think you're having quite as high of a win rate through the just the staggering amount of hate cards people play for that. So I didn't really like Malice into the event because Like, you just only have to get sacked 3 times. No, you get sacked twice and outplayed once. And Droll, I played against 6 Mitsurugi Raizio today, and Droll was pretty nice. I lost to Charlie Fudge, but he outplayed me game 2. Pretty bestial. These were super poorly until like Wednesday. I wanted to throw in space for Typhon and Muckrako, but I also I wanted something to stop them from OTKing me if they decide to push through into Charmies, which is a play pattern I thought people would do. But like, Biscuits are pretty good overall. I played against a good amount of Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith as a whole felt really good because it's good into Pirellia and it's like pretty good into Droll as well. Frua's like whatever, a lot of decks. Like if you get Frua, you play Outstood, you play non-engine. Like I'm fine Frua being the card that beats me. I would say Bistios, Frua, Nib's annoying. Bistios are a bit more annoying and Frua's pretty tough to beat. 3 Ash, Charmies, 3 Impome. I feel like you actually do need to play some amount of 1-for-1 hand traps if you do Charmies. This is most versatile.
Big fan of combination multi.
1 Nib.
Multi-nib too.
I'd have that off the Ashes if they existed. 1 Nib. Good card. I want a bomb if they just send it into Charmies. It won me a game against Fire King.
Do you wish you played more?
I'm back and forth on it. I would consider 2. Like, when you set up the full end mode, I feel like Droll is better than Nib. Because like you have Cizo, a bow, you want to use your bow pop, so follow-up's a little scuffed.
I always said that too. Like, if you go first with either Droll or Nib and you have a half bar, you usually win anyway.
Live Twins potion. I don't know if I would play a second one of either of them. Like, you get Bistioed, but you're basically almost never able to summon the second Link 2 on the same turn. And if you're going to follow up, if they Bistio that, then Fiendsmith is more likely to stick. This card, I didn't make it as much as you'd think. It's like a nice card that it's good to flex into, but it also gives you a line into Nib. Muckrako, I only summoned it in the last round, and like if I went a bow anyways, I think I would have won too. Typhon's just, flex spot, you win games in that situation.
And then side deck?
Yeah, you can take it. Side deck, 2 Charmies.
So the last 2 Charmies. Iron Wall.
So, the thing that people don't understand about traps is that they're not bad going second either. My side pattern against Malice was to put in Iron Wall, 3 lands to the other 2 Charmies going going second. Because if you just get them to pass turn, most lists run out on any out on Iron Wall. They might have non-engine, but there's no way they'll keep an in Buster going first. So you just have to get to a state of parity in the game, flip Iron Wall, like have Fiendsmith in rotation so you have no follow-up, and then you win. It happened, it came up quite a few times in testing. It only came up once in, I played against Phil Malice, it only came up one. I only drew it against one of them. It was like he fooled me game 2 and I flipped Iron Wall. No, I think I comboed that one. Pirellia'd me and I got Desiree Link for up and then I Iron Walled him. And then game 3, he kind of fumbled. I no-mode Leah and then he firewall bounced Frost and I just summoned it back and that was enough for me to play through that. But yeah, Iron Wall is like, I figured Chaos Hunter would be accounted for, priced in the other Malice list, so I wanted a blowout that was actually going to stick.
That's actually a good point because it also counters the bomber way to out Chaos Hunter as well.
Yeah, Daruma. I was on 2 mistaken arrests as well. I was debating between 2 mistaken arrests, 3 Daruma, 3 mistaken arrests, 2 Daruma, and I ended up with I wanted an out detonator. I didn't care if it was a slow out detonator. As if I like Charlie them, I go Requiem pass, I set the rumor. If they're not on a way to force us out early, it's annoying for them to deal with at the very least.
Also, like, this kind of punishes people for not playing back row outs this format, really, too.
I'm also playing 7 Charmies in a main deck, so having a 2 generic good going first cards is like... Well, no, it was 8, because I was on 2 Mistaken Arrest as well.
Mistaken Arrest sounds broken into me, too, especially as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
It's good theory on that.
Judgment, this card was kind of glued to my hand. I think this card should not be legal. I'm always hated playing against Judgment, but like, if you go like Fiendsmith combo, like Caesar, Recreate, Lacrima, and Judgment, it's game most of the time. You just like Judgment to thing that out Caesar, the one thing they're able to go through, and then you have enough gas to OTK them. This card's stupid. Could also be strike though.
True.
But you trade 1 for 1 with back row, so if you had like double Judgment, you beat Dusted. Silly.
Fair enough. Well, any shout outs you'd like to give?
I would like to shout out all of the wonderful Discord communities I'm in for their love and encouragement. Yeah. I don't know, deck felt really nice. I don't know if it's going to continue to be a good meta call, but...
Alright, well, Shawn, thank you again for your profile.
King of Lames 32. King of Lames 32.
Got it. Remember, check him
Enunciate.
out on DB. He plays quite frequently. He plays pretty cool cards, and like, I like his theory in the Paradise Rex Emanid fusion. It's pretty neat. Alright, well, congrats on your top 16. Nice little prizing you got here. Nice math. And he did with Life Twin Fiendsmith. I like that. Alright, see you in the next one.